this type of video is not my original video. This idea of a video comes from two YouTubers. One of them is iCraftMC and the other one is Cinder. I will leave links for both those channels and leave links on what this video is meant by an idea, as I do not want this video to go off as stole content. So without further ado, let's begin. So this video is meant to basically explain and show you some of the enchantments on weapons as tools and stuff, as these things are. Obviously, plus those is the flint and steel, which you can enchant, and shears. Wrong. Obviously turtle shell and shears. Those are some of the things that you can actually put the enchantments on. Now, when I go into details, I will mostly explain what every enchantment does. Basically, that's what it's meant to. So let's start with protection 4. So protection 4, basically, as the name says, it gives you protection. So for example, when I take damage from any of those mobs that I made there at test area, I will take less damage than, you know, usually you would. So let me just prepare even this. Okay, and just put this down. Now I will enter inside of this zone, go with the zombie because, well, evoker would kill me, and I will just go to survival and let me show you. As you can see, I'm taking less than usual amount of damage. That would have honestly, like, for example, killed you pretty easily. You will be a goner. So that's what, you know, protection is used for. It is a universal type of stuff that goes on attack damage. It will not work as the other ones, which one I'll show you, which are mostly like specific type of stuff. For example, fire protection will protect you against fire, as the name says, but that will not protect you from the attack damage. So if I wear this and go into survival, and, well, first of all, I need to eat something because I will die. Let me just prepare this, you know, for usual. Eat. And as you can see, I'm not taking that much of damage as you would usually take damage, you know. Okay, so as I said, it will not give you any like resistance to any like attack damage type of stuff. So that's a thing to, you know, keep in mind. So the next one is feather falling, so we need the boots. So basically feather falling does is usually when you fall from like really great heights. For example, let's, I don't know, get up here. Anywhere, it doesn't really matter. And we go into survival. Okay, obviously gives an extra shield type of stuff, but feather falling 4, as you can see, I didn't really even take damage from that really kind of, let's say, high jump. There it is again. You know, I'm not really taking, obviously, that tons of damage. The next one in the line is blast protection. Now, blast protection basically gives you endurance against, well, blasts. So for example, let's take TNT, flint and steel, go in survival, put the TNT here, lighten up, be here. Okay, well, we died. I do not know why we died, but we died. Failed. But no, in all honesty, it really gives you, like, you know, blast endurance against blast. But you know, obviously looking at some kind of a primarily kind of type of stuff, it's mostly against like creepers, you know, or somewhere close, you know, near TNT. Not really like directly in TNT, so you know, a little bit failed. But no problem, we will fix that. I will show you again a little bit better. For example, did I even put? Is it? Oh, yeah, it's blast protection. Okay. For example, creeper. Let's put the creeper. So in survival, let's put him somewhere like here. Make him and as you can see, it took less damage. Otherwise, you know, in that kind of type of look, I would have been dead. Now, next in line is always wrong. Is projectile protection. A projectile protection is well, we need to go into creative. Now, projectile protection works in a way that when you get shot, you take less damage. So, for example, let's put skeleton here. Okay. Okay, put him here. As now you can see, at only one having type of on myself armor, only chest plate, I take less damage from this shot. So obviously you can think how less damage you can actually take from, for example, an ender dragon when he shoots you, and you know, those types of stuff. The next one is respiration. Respiration lets you like be longer into water, lets you mine longer, and those type of stuff. You mostly like put it on helmet, and I will now show you basically what I mean by that. So, as you can see, I'm still walking really poorly, but I have a longer type of breath. I can swim better, like more efficiently. Now, obviously, I cannot show you like mining, but you get what I mean, you know, like basically, you know. And I'll just do this. Okay, so next in line is Aqua Infinity. Aqua Infinity lets you, for example, breathe much more longer under the water as you would, you know, usually. As you can see, when I'm under the water, just gonna go into survival, and as you can see, you can be like longer in water and, you know, do stuff underwater. As you can see, the next one in the line, as I can see, is we're just gonna do this. Is thorns. I honestly wouldn't recommend putting thorns on basically armor that you want to choose as being the main, as it can really do counter effect to honestly to a lot of stuff. For example, look at this. As you can see, he was hitting me and he was taking damage as well. That's how basic thorns work. It's basically a counter attack type of function. And now the next one, Depth Strider, it basically lets you walk longer under the water. You don't even need to go into survival. As you can see, you walk perfectly normal without any trouble, problems, type of stuff. Now, as I can see, I honestly, I took everything. Even I'm breaking. Oh, even I'm breaking. The next one in the line is Frostwalker 2. Now, you cannot put Frostwalker 2 if your boots already have, for example, Depth Strider. So, if you want to do this, basically, if you want to become Jesus, then there is no Depth Strider for you. If you want to walk really fast underwater, well, then there's no walking on the water. That's the function how it works. Curse of Binding will put it, for example, this, and you can be a perfect type of prank. I'm not gonna put that, but for example, when you put that, you cannot take it off. The only way you can take it off is if you die. And if you're basically in hardcore, then that's basically impossible. If you're in your survival, then it's kind of, possible to do. But, still, like, don't do that, honestly. Soul speed makes you crazily fast on soul. So this is like now normal walk. Like, you see how slow that is. But if you put the soul sand, you see how fast that is actually. Look at this. So you can walk on soul sand insanely fast. Next one is Swift Sneak. Now Swift Sneak is, well, you can put on leggings. And Swift Sneak basically lets you crouch really fast. So this are now crouching without Swift Sneak. Well, if you put Swift Sneak, you can crouch even faster than you walk. And this is really good because you can actually come to any mob, really like slowly, and they will not hear you, which is a great thing. Sharpness 5, Smite 5, and Bane of Arthropods 5. So these are mostly put on swords and, well, the most recommended. Sharpness 5 is as protection. Sharpness 5, or sharpness, is to the sword as the protection is to the armor. It's a universal type of stuff, but with kind of its own counter effects. Smite 5 is only good, again, in certain type of situations. If you have a zombie, husk, or any undead mob type of form, then you put Smite on it, because Smite adds on specific amount of like higher damage to only undead mobs. If you try to hit the pig will not die, in one shot or anything. Bane of Arthropods, well, if you hate spiders or any arthropods type of creature, so it's mostly like spiders, cave spiders, then you will deal a specific amount of attack damage more to the spider critters. So for example, I will now show you. With the Bane of Arthropods in our hand, you can one-shot the spider, but not, for example, the pig. You see, the pig is still standing perfectly fine. While, now let's go. And again, you cannot put Smite, Bane of Arthropods, and Sharpness in the same. If you put Smite, if you hate those undead mobs and you want to really kill them quickly, well then, you see one shot, basically. And again, if you go, for example, to, I don't know, Wither, you see he's still alive. Or Skeleton, who's dead, but Skeleton, he was burned when I was putting the test tube, so. And again, Wither Skeletons have higher, like, health mounts, so again, it's kind of, in all fairness. But now, if we put Sharpness, and we will just spawn Spider, Zombie, and Skeleton. So I can just show you. And now with Sharpness, see, it's not really specifically, but it deals still more damage to other mobs who have, see, one shot. Obviously, Evoker, still kind of dies quickly. Can't really dies quickly, and obviously Wither can die like much more quicker than usual. So sharpness is basically higher damage to everyone, but doesn't deal so much damage to specific type of groups who have their own kind of specific type of amount of damage that can be dealt on of different types of enchantments. That's how it works. Knockback 2 is another that can be put on sword. So basically, let's put zombie here. With knockback, you can knock them back. This is really useful with creepers, as when you hit a creeper, he can, you know, go really far. Fire aspect lets you great sheep, even though that wasn't really planned. So, for example, when you kill when you hit the sheep, you get cooked meat. Honest, like that really quickly. You get cooked meat, and again, it's really useful. Fire aspect is really good. Now next is looting 3. Looting 3 is what fortune is to, for example, pickaxe. So let's put some skeletons. Now let's kill them. You see more arrows. As you can see, I got 8 bones and I have 8 arrows. If you put, like, for example, spiders, like a lot of spiders. Okay, I will leave. No. So, for example, for this, I got 4 spider eyes and I got 9 cobwebs. So, there again, that is really useful. Sweeping Edge 3 is just basically a higher type of range on swords. You can hit multiple mobs at once. So, for example, yeah, you see, I hit 2 of them, which isn't like all the time possible. So, sweeping edge is again really useful. Efficiency 5. You can choose between pickaxe, shovel, and axe. And you obviously can put on hoe, I think. But, you know, let's show on the pickaxe. So if we come, you know, for example, as I put here, ancient debris. Oh, damn it, I am in creative. You see how quick that actually is? That is actually pretty good. The next is, so let's just go into creative. Silk touch. Now let's put silk touch on the hoe. Okay. So as you can see, I have skulk here. You would, when you break the skulk, you get experience. That is correct. But when you do it like this, you get the full skulk. So basically, any block when you destroy without silk touch turns into experience or turns into nothingness. With silk touch, you can actually pick that block up. If you, for example, have shovel with a silk touch, grass block would be grass block. For example, on pickaxe, you would actually break this and you would take the ore. When you break the glass block will be in your hands. The next one is on breaking 3. It just adds more toughness to any type of stuff. So you can actually mine longer, dig longer, dig longer, do anything longer as it has more. Fortune 3, I will show you here. So again, you will probably think you will get 1 diamond, and that is probably true because I didn't. Again, I forgot. With a diamond ore block or blocks, as I will test it like this, you get 3 of them. That is correct. But as you can see, we got 8, which is great. And anything pretty much that can be mined, and you mine it with Fortune 3, well then, you know, you get more. Power 5 on bow is basically just adds more attack damage. As you can see, I didn't even hit that spider, like, The sword and anything when I was testing, and it was one shot, which is pretty great. Next one is punch. Punch is basically bow's knockback, and that's pretty much it. So we don't, for example, spider, and you can, as you can see, he was knocked. Flame is what fire aspect is on the sword. So again, okay, as you can see, he was burned. That's how basically it works. Infinity can only be put on the bow if it doesn't have mending. And infinity, basically, if you have one arrow in your inventory, you can shoot infinitely amount. So as you can see, we have 8 because we were shooting in creative. But if we go to survival and shoot a couple of those, it should be 8, and it is still 8. If you have mending, which will come to it to explain it, you cannot put unfortunately infinite, that will be like mostly broken. Luck of the Sea 3 basically is that as it's fortune or looting, you can basically get better stuff or more stuff. Which probably won't work now because, well, you know, but you get the point. Lord 3 is just basically faster. So, you know, faster, it's like much more faster than it usually is. It should work. But probably would not. But here it is. As you can see, it was pretty fast, and we got pufferfish, which we need for some stuff. Now we're going to the trident. So loyalty, we will need. So loyalty is basic when you shoot it. It comes back, which is great. Impaling 5 is basically deal more damage under the water mobs or the mobs that are wet. As you can see, pretty fast. Even if you like shoot it like this, it will deal more damage. But only underwater. Now, Riptide can only be put on it if you do not have channeling or loyalty. And basically what Riptide does is this. It is pretty cool. You can deal damage like this, or move under the water like this. If you don't have, for example, Depth Strider, Aqua Infinity, and Respiration, you can basically move really quick under the water. Next one is Channeling, and again, Channeling can be only put on if it has loyalty, otherwise not really. And for example, if it has Channeling, and we go to Survival, I actually do not need to go to Survival. But if, for example, we have time set. Actually, no. Weather. Weather, thunder. And now I just wait. Spider, our test subject. And we missed it. As you can see, thunder blasts. Which is honestly really good. So here's another example. So for example, you're basically just Poseidon. And this is really awesome thing. Multi-shot, now we're coming to the crossbow part. It basically lets you shoot 3 instead of 1, and it can be really useful for like a lot of fights. Quick charge basically lets you like charge it much more quicker. You saw how it actually it is slow. This is much more quicker. Piercing 4 can only be used on crossbow if it doesn't have the multi-shot. Basically what piercing does is we're just gonna basically line them up like this. So we're just gonna use this. So it can be basically like 5 of them. So this is the maximum that you can actually get. So like 5 is the maximum, and if we do this, as you can see, we went through all of those. As you can see, all of them took damage. Mending is the best type of enchantment that can be put. Mending basically lets your pickaxe heal, or any item that you decide to put mending on with XP. So if something has XP inside of it, it will heal the item before it heals anything else. So if we do this, for example, diamond ore 32, and we basically like place them like this. Doesn't really matter how we place them. And we like mine them. As you can see, the XP goes to the pickaxe and it heals the pickaxe. And this is really OP. You have fortune and unbreaking and mending. It's really stupid and really broken. And curse of vanishing, anything you put curse of vanishing will disappear. So as you can see, and now we do this, but we will actually put first of all bed, so we don't vanish all the way there. So bed and leave bed, and we have this, and we basically kill me, respawn, and as you can see, if you pick everything up, this again can be really good prank, really useful type of prank. And as you can see, we picked everything up, but there is no crossbow. And I missed this. Yeah, and that basically it is with this guide. I hope it basically helped you a little bit. This isn't the most clearful type of explanation that you will ever gonna hear. But again, I will leave the links to iCraft MC and Cinder to their explanations. This is like basically a mixture, what tool can use and what enchantments does. And that's basically it for this video. I hope you guys learned something and go better in Minecraft now with these explanations. Thanks for watching and enjoy your day. Goodbye.